This Yuletide Miniseries is a replay of episodes originally published in 2024. This way, the episodes are conveniently queued up in your podcast player so you don't have to go searching for them, and you never lose your spot in the listening order. As always, we're celebrating Yuletide in real time in the Numinous Network. I hope you'll join us for daily altar time from 10 to 10:30 a.m. Pacific, starting December 21st, winter solstice, and going through till New Year on January 1st. We're gathering on Zoom to check in, light our candles, and do a 20-minute guided trance journey to connect with the Yuletide theme of the day. So join us in the Numinous Network for Yuletide. Sign up at carmenspaniola.com. Welcome back to The Spirit of Yuletide, a Numinous podcast mini-series where we explore European folk magic traditions of the winter season. This is the 10th day of Yuletide, the time of the season when we remember those who've died in the past year and our beloved dead that we're missing at this time. It is only very recently, and mainly in Western cultures, that the holidays don't feature remembrance of the dead in some marked and special way. Within Western culture, we hardly acknowledge the dead at all at any time of year, and at Yuletide we're mainly presented with spectral hauntings and cautionary tales like Ebenezer Scrooge with his visitation from his deceased business partner Jacob Marley, and then the subsequent visits from the ghosts of Christmas present and future. Or, for another more modern example, how George Bailey was visited by the angel Clarence Odbody to show him what life would have been like without him if he'd never been born in the town of Bedford Falls in the movie It's a Wonderful Life. In Western cultures, we tend to fear and distance ourselves from the dead and death and the process of dying. But this is a historically very modern stance, psychosocially speaking. We all come from cultures where our people had active social relationships with the dead, and where nurturing the memory and spirit of our dead was a part of everyday life. Our beloved dead were included in the ongoing celebrations of life and the turning of the wheel of the year. So this 10th day of Yuletide is about acknowledging and including our beloved dead in our lives, respecting mortality, and reclaiming the ancient and universal tradition of ancestral veneration and proper commemoration of the dead. We've been doing a grief vigil in the Numinous Network almost every month since the founding in 2021. Either myself or another host will guide that sometime near the new moon. We definitely foreground remembrance of our personal beloved dead, but we also bring our griefs for the world to the altar as well. We set up our altars, light a candle, and we quietly listen to music together while we meditate or pray or journal or do whatever ritual personally feels right. At a certain point, we invite people to use the chat like an altar and write the names of their beloved dead that they're missing, or to write out the situations they're grieving that have no place to go, like their climate anxiety, eco-grief, the grief of estrangement or failure or ambiguous loss. And it's not a big share. It's not like a big, overwhelming trauma dump. We ask for the fortune cookie length, not the feature-length version of the story. And sometimes just the acknowledgement is the healing. You know, that's a cliche because it's true. Sometimes acknowledgement is what's been missing. So if you've been trying to dodge your grief all year, this is your chance to stop avoiding it and slowly turn to face it and simply name it. Something I've noticed after doing that monthly grief vigil in a consistent way for a while is how my grief seemed to slowly migrate to that time of the month. I gradually had fewer and fewer experiences of seemingly random emotional flooding or being surprised by tears or memories at inopportune moments. It's like I got caught up and current with my grief, and my grief was able to sit tight until it was vigil time. If you would like some company in your grief, join us in the network where we regularly make space for personal and collective griefs, just as we're doing today on this day of remembrance of the beloved dead. Or if it's not the right moment for you to join us, I do have instructions for rituals for grief and for loss and for despair, featured in my book, Spells for the Apocalypse. There's also rituals for other difficult emotions that are hard to name as well, like anxiety, confusion, rage, and overwhelm. So if you've enjoyed the ritual aspect of this Yuletide mini-series, I think you'll really enjoy that book. As always, you'll find that linked in the show notes. So as I was saying, in many cultures, there's one somber night during Yuletide when candles are lit and a place is laid at the table for the visitor who will never materialize, a place for those who've died in the past year that we love. Mind you, it's not always a somber and sad affair. It could follow an Irish wake tradition where laughter and song are mingled with the tears. You could do something fun that your beloved dead liked to do, something that they'd love to see you doing as they watch over you, protect you, and bless your life. Along with our expressions of grief, tonight is also a time to tell the stories of our beloved dead. They can be happy stories, funny stories, sad stories, stories of betrayal or frustration or unresolved issues. This is a time for truth-telling, as well as lament and libations for those we miss. You could place photos of your beloved dead on the altar tonight, or a list of names could be read of people you'd like to remember. You can light a vigil candle. A spirit plate could be placed at an empty seat at your dinner table, or some food could be taken on a spirit plate outside and buried at the base of a tree or a special shrub like a rose bush. A clootie is like a Scottish prayer ribbon. It's just a simple scrap of fabric or ribbon tied to a sacred tree as a physical prayer to ask for a blessing or healing. If you have some cloth that belonged to your beloved dead, you could make a clootie from that and tie it to a special tree in honor of your loved one. Or you could sing or play a song dedicated to the ones who died. Or perhaps your ritual is to simply raise a toast to your dearly departed at the end of the night. Do whatever you think would please your loved one and let them know you're thinking of them and you wish them to rest in peace. Tonight we allow for a time of sober, somber reflection as we also contemplate the collective loss of life in the past year. Those who've died of diseases, climate disasters, state violence, including victims of oppressive systems, and the violence of capitalist, imperialist, white supremacist patriarchy, the violence of racism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, xenophobia. We reckon with the moral injury of witnessing deaths of despair. We grieve the soul wound of genocide, and we let ourselves, for a moment, feel the anguish of innumerable losses of culture and connection, of home and safety and security, of dignity. Tonight is for reflection, acknowledgement, and sorrow. Water is a good offering today, either on your altar or to the land. Incense has also been used as an offering to the dead since ancient times. Feast foods and alcohol are customary offerings in some places too. And if you're not an altar keeper, then simply place a hand on your heart as you name your griefs. I'll pray that my beloved dead feel honored and cared for and are able to find a peaceful place among the ancestors. And I'll pray that I and those that I love make it through winter to see another spring. I recommend that if you're going to do a ritual to honor the dead today, you also plan for some aftercare as well. Think of it ahead of time rather than wait until you're already overcome with emotion. Personally, I like to take a hot shower after a grief ritual. I find it soothing after I've had a good cry, and somatically speaking, a warm shower helps dilate the blood vessels, which softens the muscles, and that can be helpful and soothing because grief activates our stress response, and that can create a lot of tension in the body. So at the end of your period of contemplation at the altar, make sure you come back somehow into a settled state in your body. So that might mean needing to move your body, bring on your arms and legs with some self-soothing movement like rocking or swaying or stretching or walking. To help with that, I'm going to leave you with a lullaby composed by Ali Halpert. It's easily learned and most people find it very soothing. I purchased the usage rights for this song from Ali to share this song in my annual Yuletide program, but you can easily find this song on SoundCloud, and of course I'll link to it in the show notes, and I offer my deep, profound, everlasting gratitude to Ali Halpert. It's such a beautiful and deeply soothing lullaby. I really hope you love it. So as you listen, find the rhythm and sway in your body, just like you're rocking a baby to sleep. And you can also layer safe touch onto this exercise by placing your left hand on your left cheek. Just like tilt your head a little bit to allow your cheek to rest in the palm of your hand. And then place your right hand at the center of your chest. And soften and loosen and honor your beloved dead.
Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Loosen, loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, and you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go.